What's up, guys? Marco Flores here with Nerd in the Bay. And if you missed the Tekken World Finals that happened yesterday, you missed the news of the trailer reveals of the next set of characters that are coming out. Namely Leroy Smith, who has been hinted at and shown from the previous Tekken events and Tekken news. Ganryu, who has been kind of bit of a surprise because, well, one, nobody was really asking for Ganryu, but at the same time, Ganryu is still one of the people that have yet to show up in Tekken 7, and a new character named I'm gonna butcher this, Fahkumram. I might have pronounced that wrong. You'll see the trailer of him and that new character as we're doing this video. So, but today I just wanted to talk about not exactly a reaction video per se, but just my first initial thoughts and impressions on each of the characters and how they, their play styles seem to look like and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get into it. So first up is Leroy Smith. Leroy Smith is a Wing Chun practitioner from the East Coast, I believe, like New York, Brooklyn, one of the boroughs there. But yeah, has the archetype of Wing Chun. They do a lot of infighting. It's gonna be like close range, short range, like punches and arm traps and manipulations and that sort of thing. The kicks you're not going to see as flashy. Maybe you're not going to see as many head kicks, but more so maybe like stomach level or like lower legs and such like that. So a lot of infighting. So the range of juggling, if you're thinking about like how to use them gameplay wise, you would have to be inside pretty much all the time. Maybe he'll have some maneuvers where he's able to do some long range Wing Chun stuff, but as far as I understand, in terms of Wing Chun, the style and what I perceive as the representation of Wing Chun, a lot of it is going to be like just in close. Maybe your longest range is mid range, if anything, in terms of like footsie like style, but not stuff that's going to be long range or jumping kicks, that sort of thing. So we don't know much of his storyline in terms of for Leroy Smith. I'm not exactly sure if we're seeing something that he ends up in China or he a martial arts teacher that does Wing Chun, like sees him from the streets. We're not entirely sure because it has to do something with gang members and gang violence. So, but because where he's at in his age, it seems he has to have like some sort of mastery over the style of Wing Chun. So maybe there's something going on there that he's been like touring and maybe he's making a name for himself in the martial arts circles, whether it is locally, then like East Coast, New York area, or he's actually went to China or he's at China just learning his craft and honing his craft and just becoming a badass there. As you can see from his like uniform and his outfits, he looks very much like almost regal like. In mastery, like he has some sort of like calming sense, like, yeah, I'm here, but yeah, again, don't mess with me because I'm wearing the kung fu like attire and stuff, but I'm not your average usual kung fu person. So there goes that. So now as we're talking about his gameplay, like I mentioned before, we're seeing a lot of infighting. You can be inside the range of Leroy Smith. I think you do see like one aerial kick kind of stemming from Lei Wulong. You see that going right there. But you also do see like a lot of parrying and positioning, stuff like that. So in terms of like parrying, you see technique parrying, like kind of absorbing the technique, and then not so much of like a little bit of like armor deflection, but more so it's taking the hit in terms of a parry, like maybe like pushing the technique aside and then doing his own moves, and then at the same time you're also seeing the usual Tekken pairing itself. Like so when you see like people taking low kicks and then you see the character throw the opponent throwing them down and then being able to open them up in a combo. You also see that type of parrying. You also see positional parrying and deflection as well. So that's pretty interesting. He has like multiple types of parrying and deflecting and positioning, just to be able to do whatever techniques is best. which is pretty cool because you don't really see multiple types of parrying in terms of one character, and you're getting that with Leroy Smith, which is pretty cool. Then you also have, his costumes. Like I mentioned before, when he's wearing the kung fu suit, he looks super legendary and regal. When you're seeing his more so, I guess, his in town, his city clothing, looks a little bit like a pimp, but maybe more so like I used to live here, sort of thing. He has like a old guy hat, maybe old coat suit. It kind of looks like a little pimpish, but that's just me. Maybe it's just the stigma of just the look. But then you also get to see that he gets to rock his cane as well. I don't know either if that's like certain techniques or if like that's just one of the items that you get to equip on Leroy Smith. But you get to see some techniques with the cane as well, which is pretty cool. And then you also have his dog, Sugar, I believe is the name. I guess I've been told so far that Sugar is not, you can't call on Sugar successfully all the time. So like maybe it'll come out sometimes, maybe it won't come out at all. But when it does, it'll do like a running attack, just like Kazumi with their tiger. So that you got that sort of thing. So you have multiple ways of how Leroy Smith, a lot of layers actually with Leroy Smith as a character in fighting, deflection, parrying, positioning, and you have the cane and you have Sugar. So yeah, that's Leroy Smith. Next up, we have a little bit of a surprise, but not really. At the same time, it's been a while, but a great redesign of a character is Ganryu. Ganryu, if you don't know, has been the sumo character, the staple sumo character since like Tekken 1, Tekken 2. So yeah, not much going on in terms of a story from like in the beginning days. A little bit of an infatuation with the Changs, first Michelle, and now weirdly enough Julia. I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah, not much of a story, but like I mentioned before, a redesign, which was much needed because how do you make a sumo character that's compelling? Hence, giving him new clothes, a little more buckling down on the infatuation with the Changs, and him being also a content creator, streamer, Twitch, YouTuber, whatever they have you here in the Tekken world of content creating. But yeah, you have Ganryu doing the same thing as Julia Chang, maybe trying to rival, or maybe just who knows really. Okay, let's break down Ganryu some more. So as I was mentioning before, he's a sumo wrestler. Don't know what sumo wrestling is if you don't know, like in terms of E-Honda. Forgetting the name of the virtual fighter or sumo wrestler there, but known for their big sizes, known for their strength, known for their grip strength, and all around like wrestling, hand slaps, palm strikes, and all that stuff. Not much known in terms of sumo wrestling myself. I just know what I see and what is perceived, on TV, video games and such. Like I said, palm strength, grip strength, and just wrestling, being able to lift 300 plus pound men off the ground and out of a ring. So that's much as I know in terms of sumo wrestling. But in terms of his techniques, you see a little bit of like the big guy techniques in terms of Tekken, like Kuma, Jack, all those guys. So yeah, you see some of that stuff. I do see a little bit more wrestling coming into play, which is pretty cool, like more of the grabs. Don't know if that was into play in the previous Tekkens that he was in, but seeing a lot more grabbing from him, which is pretty cool. A lot more of the hand slaps and palm strikes, more intricate, I would say, because you see him doing like crutching, hand slaps, kind of taking a role out of a Honda's playbook with the 100 hand slaps, but not as exaggerating it as that. But it's still pretty cool. Multiple hits, if that's your thing, and being like a weird, odd, heavy set character, but maybe having some weird mobility strengths, which is hey, that's all for Ganryu players, but I don't know many Ganryu players in the first place. So if you guys are excited about Ganryu, that's cool, that's great. If not, it's just another character, but it's adding another style to the roster that may not be there as of right now. But in terms of the story, like I was mentioning, not much going on there, but the fact they're still doubling down on the infatuation with the Changs, the fact that Ganryu is like a YouTuber slash Twitch streamer, trying to get the hits, trying to get the likes and watch time minutes as we all are as content creators. It's pretty funny just to see in terms of like what you see of how he's like, watch my stream and the stream is over, and then but it has his own spin into like the Ganryu isms as you saw at the end screen of his of his like and subscribe, end screen right there. So yeah, Ganryu, I'm fine. I'm good with him being more of a jokey character, because you can't really do much in terms of a seriousness. I would need to look back and how he got into the mix myself, just to refresh my head about like what is his place in the Tekken world, because some people have good reasons, other people have ridiculous reasons, but Ganryu is probably more on the side of ridiculous. But hey, it's all a balance, and it's all more welcome for it. And last but not least, an announcement that I did not expect is a brand new character coming out of Tekken 7 is the name, I'm going to try to say this correctly, Fahkumram. I did not swear, okay? I did not swear. His name is Fahkumram, a brand new Muay Thai character coming out of Tekken 7, which is odd because Bruce has been a staple, in the franchise for years, since Tekken 2. And it's weird that they, made a brand new character to represent Muay Thai. Yes, you have Bruce, who was the staple, and he was in multiple Tekken games, and then Josie came into the mix, being a Filipino, and me being a Filipino myself, proud that there's a Filipino character in the Tekken game. But it was a little bit interesting that she also does Muay Thai. Now you have Fahkumram here, representing like Muay Thai, I guess. Maybe Muay Boran, maybe, because he has the look of a Muay Thai practitioner or a fighter, looking like a steroid out Sagat, in that sense, like just ripped veins. You see scars on his face, kind of a stoic look as well. You see grappling techniques going on, especially because that's what you expect in a Muay Thai practitioner. It's a lot of lethal kicks, lethal elbows, punches, like kind of everything, but in a more I would say sadistic, more like just do damage to your opponent type of martial art. Breaking down the legs, breaking down like just the body itself. But yeah, again, did not expect a brand new character, a brand new Muay Thai practitioner to be in this mix. So it's an interesting decision. That they would use a brand new character to represent Muay Thai rather than bring Bruce back or what. But I guess since they were doing World Finals in Thailand, I guess that's the reason why they did that. But I'm hoping Bruce would come back in some sort of fashion. Maybe I am hoping down the line of a season. What was that? They're doing a season pass right now. Maybe season 4, just so Bruce has a rival, or Fahkumram has a rival in Muay Thai, and then maybe Josie can get into the mix. And like, why is there's a bunch of Muay Thai practitioners going around? So yeah, gameplay wise, you're seeing a lot of the Bruce isms, and then expanding on that, right? So a lot of the stuff that Bruce had in the previous Tekken games, but they're expanding on the grappling, they're expanding on the clinching, knee strikes, not so much combo heavy, but like maybe 2-3 hits, but making it more like knockdown, staggers, that sort of thing. But it's weird to see in this trailer that he's being requested via like a prisoner that has to be restrained, and then is let out, so the Thailand government has somebody like maybe a hit list or whatever, but Fahkumram is being used as like a soldier into the mix, and whenever they need to take care of a problem, right? So you're seeing him with Marduk at first looking like giant and huge, bigger than Marduk, but when you see him in gameplay, they're about the same size. Maybe he's even smaller, kind of having the stature of a Sagat, maybe in spirit, but not so much in actual height and such like that. But not being phased by the Marduk shots, which was like, okay, yeah, you're seeing that's Muay Thai right there, and then doing what he does in terms of like being a vintage traditional Muay Thai practitioner. And I'm currently taking Muay Thai, so I'm digging a lot of the stuff that they're doing. Again, it's just weird that we get to see in a new character rather than being Bruce itself. But again, just as for what it is, it's pretty cool to see. Just seeing like the techniques like Tekken is known for, of being martial arts techniques focused, kind of real life application. Sure, you have your extravagant techniques and maneuvers, but not too much outside the realm of possibility besides fireballs. Let's get that out of the way, and lasers. So yeah, that's Fahkumram. Design is pretty clear cut. Muay Thai practitioner, shorts, ropes, hand guards, ropes on the arms. Don't have the headgear or anything, but we don't know much of it about his story. But he looks mean as hell. Yeah, just roided out and such. But yeah, that's Fahkumram, and that's all of the characters for Season Pass 3. And then you also have your frame data DLC, and then a new stage, and then who knows what DLC 4 will Season Pass 4 will come out. But that's the end of this year, and then we're gonna go on to Season Pass 4. So that's it. That's all the characters announced. Hope you guys enjoyed this kind of little bit of a breakdown and introduction, my thoughts on who these characters are and what I think about them. Yeah, let me know if you guys want me to do more of these whenever there's character announcements for like other fighting games that I'm interested in. Of course, Street Fighter, maybe Mortal Kombat, maybe there's other games that are out there. Just fighting games in general. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. You guys enjoy this type of insight, breakdown sort of thing? You guys want me to do like shorter ones, whatever? Yeah, let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to hit that like button. That helps us out a lot. Comment on the video, it helps us out a lot. Subscribe to the channel if you guys really want to see this type of content. And then we'll see you guys next time for the next any sort of announcement, maybe a reaction video, and just a variety of content. So take care, guys. Peace.